Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2019 season. We kicked off this week, this little section of episodes with this Kyogre Yveltal team. It's got the Drifblim, the Tapu Lele combination there, and the supporting cast of Incineroar and Amoonguss. So it's been a lot of fun so far. We're going to continue on with it today and see if we can progress on from, like our last episode, which was really good. We started off not so great with the team, had a couple of unfortunate RNG mishaps, but in our last episode we managed to get 3 wins, which is really nice. So we're back on track and hopefully we can continue that today. So as always guys, we'll jump into it. If you enjoy the video, enjoy the content on the channel, please leave a like and remember to subscribe to the channel, because you are going to be able to access all of this lovely content that we have at the moment for the VGC 19 Sun Series format. So we have all the guides coming out. If you've missed any of the guides, do check them out. We have a playlist of all the guides that we've done for the restricted Pokemon already, so go and check those out and let me know what you think of them. But I need to remember music. What are we going to go with today? Should we go with Crossmo version 2? Because that is a good one and I better whack on the music. And let me know what you think. Are you missing the old tracks? Are you enjoying having the actual in-game music and in-game sounds and stuff like that back? Because the recording of it is a lot better now. We literally, with my Mac, I used to record it through my actual Snowball microphone, which is crazy. So I recorded straight out of the DS, so the quality was never great, but that was because the Mac software for the capture card was never there to record or capture the audio, but whereas it's here now because we're on a PC, on a powerful machine, which is excellent. I am enjoying it. I do miss my Mac. There are certain aspects that I do miss about it, but I am enjoying just the sheer brute power of this PC, which is really nice. So that's good. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to find an opponent. Sometimes the ladder is a bit temperamental, I guess, but it's not as well. If you noticed as well, I have been playing games off camera as well and testing other teams out. Now I have been playing around with a Ho-Oh Groudon team, but I didn't want to bring Groudon Bronzong back onto the channel this week again. But the team is really nice, so if you'd like to see that team on a stream maybe or something like that, do let me know, because I'm quite happy to feature that team. It is very strong. It's got a really good win percentage. And I've been testing other stuff out here and there and everywhere, so if you're wondering why the battle count is so high in our second week, that is why. But I'm just really enjoying this format. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's like really diverse. I know a lot of people miss Z moves and megas, but it's like a real throwback to how Pokemon used to be without those like overpowered options. So I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you are as well. Let me know what you think of the new Sun series, and if you'd like it to continue. I'd love it to be all yeah, but it's not going to be. So anyway, we've got our first opponent of the day, Bindus, and they are playing a team of Tapu Fini Groudon. Very common call at the minute as well, that pairing. You've got Oranguru, Ferrothorn, Incineroar and Giratina. So outside of the Tapu Fini, like Yveltal does so well. Yveltal, Incineroar here all day long, I think. Like, they just do such good work. We need a good way to get rid of the Finny, and that's maybe one thing we need to look at on the team. Like, we've not got too many like solid Finny checks in our team, and like that's maybe where Cortana would be good. But you'd really have to drop, I think you'd probably have to drop the Drifblim over everything else, which makes it a bit difficult. Okay, so my opponent probably wants to go Trick Room here. They have got the Misty Terrain to disrupt our ability to spore things, but we can always keep Tapu Lele in the back if we want to. And I think it probably will go Yveltal up top with the Incineroar. I'm going to bring Tapu Lele. Oh, but if we do that, we can't bring Amoonguss, and I feel like we need Amoonguss, and we need Kyogre. Like, Kyogre's like really strong here, and we're gonna go with it and leave Amoonguss behind. It might be the worst decision ever, but it might not be as well. The thing is as well, with the team, I feel like I want to see if the team can perform well without Amoonguss, because that's a slot where I could see maybe Kartana, maybe Ferrothorn, maybe Ludicolo in that slot, maybe Lurantis, Serena. There are lots of options there for that slot, so it's kind of nice not to bring it sometimes to see if the team can perform well in really awkward situations without it, like the situations where you know Trick Room's going to be coming out. If you can perform well without it in those situations, then it can work out pretty well. So we see my opponent leading off with Giratina and Ferrothorn. We're in a pretty nice position here. We can just, I guess, Flare Blitz it into the Ferrothorn pretty freely and foul play it into that Giratina if you want to. The Giratina could potentially go for some sort of speed control, but I'm just going to foul play it. I don't really want to mess around too much and just Flare Blitz. Like, the Ferrothorn has to readjust. You're going to see something switch in. Maybe the Tapu Fini here. Or maybe that, yeah, Tapu Fini. Okay. Like, we could have knocked off that slot, but then, yeah, I mean, like, there's no Quims or Quas. Like, we should knock off into that slot every time. We will get the foul play into the Giratina, and it's not doing as much as I kind of expected it to do, to be honest. We will get the Flare Blitz into the thing, do a little bit of damage, and the Snarl would have been quite beneficial there as well. So we'll see the Aurora Sphere come out. It's going to be into Incineroar. It's going to do a bit of damage, not too much though. But we've got the Snarl we can take advantage of now, and I think it will go Snarl because, like, Fini can go Moonblast, but Snarl's going to really help. And if we can knock off into the Giratina, I know we're not going to be able to knock off an item because it's got the Gyrius Orb, so we can't knock that off, unfortunately. It's a bit like how a Megastone acts because it's changing its form, but we'll still be able to do good damage with both the Snarl and the knockoff. But we're going to see it switch out, the retreat. Probably going to see a Swagger come out here then from the Fini, as the Groudon comes in for that Giratina, and it's really not going to appreciate a knockoff from this Incineroar, so we will get the Snarl off into the Fini, reduce the special attack damage there, and get a, what we're going to see the Fini do, Moonblast into Yveltal, which is fine. Still taking a lot of damage though, isn't it? Like, we don't want to be. Okay, and then Golf Berry, and that probably puts the Groudon into range, I would say. So, I mean, one option we could do now is potentially we could, we're probably better off protecting Yveltal and switching in Tapu Lele. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Get rid of the Misty Terrain, get rid of the option to Swagger, which is something I really fear, but every time we've played it so far we've not seen it, so I don't know how common it is or if people are thinking about it, but I feel like it's a really strong combination with those two. Although, do you want a Swagger in front of Yveltal that can just pretty much take advantage of that with foul play? We're going to see a Precipice Blaze come out into our Lele. We are Sash, so even if that did do crit damage or whatever, we'd be fine. And I think a Psyshock probably gets the Fini from this range, so we can just foul play the Groudon and Psyshock the Fini, and we should do enough damage. We might see the Groudon protect here, and the Fini just go for a Moonblast. And we could miss the kill with Psyshock onto the Fini, but I mean, we still have Lele the turn after, which will be able to get the Groudon the turn after that. So Groudon does protect. We might have been better going for Tailwind here, that's the other thing. There's a Psyshock into the Fini. And one thing I haven't really discussed is I am running a... Oh, we just miss it. Oh, okay. Then we're going to get Moonblasted, yeah. Oh. Okay. That's a bit of a shame. That is a bit of a shame. But I mean, at the same time, okay, it's into the... Okay. That's interesting. So we'll be able to get Kyogre and win the Weather Wall. And I know we'll probably outspeed. Like, I'm going to double into the Fini slot anyway with a foul play. Or do I? I've just got to be confident that Kyogre outspeeds Fini, Like, we're not the fastest, so depends how invested that Tapu Fini is. We could just go for... Let's see, what's the speed like on this team? Because we're 114. Then it needs decent investment to get the jump on that. I would say we outspeed it. I'm gonna go Water Spout and foul play into the Groudon because it's likely that the Ferrothorn comes in that slot, so we can get a foul play onto that. That's good. Like, if we were a bit more savvy about our speed tiers, we'd be able to identify that. Okay, yeah, that we could just foul play into the thing, but that's fine. So. And we see a berry again on the Ferrothorn. One thing we might want to do here is, because we've got a good way to deal with Groudon now, it's a bit annoying that we're just out of berry range with our Yveltal. It's kind of annoying, slightly, because... Okay, Giratina are going to come back in. We could Tailwind. We could foul play and Water Spout again. But Giratina is likely to outspeed Kyogre, I would say, and attack us before we can get a Water Spout off. But we could Snarl as well. I kind of want to foul play the Ferrothorn and just Water Spout. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, Giratina protects. That means we're going to be able to knock the Ferrothorn out now. We'll be able to proc our berry at the same time, which makes it so much easier for us to kind of close this game out, really. Water Spout will be able to get the Ferrothorn. There's our berry procking, which we wanted. The Giratina protecting. Like, I don't really agree with Giratina protecting here. Even though it is threatened by the Yveltal, like, my opponent knows that it can take another foul play, and if it outspeeds Kyogre here, it's pretty nice to just, like, weaken the Water Spout. We're going to see the Groudon come in. I think we probably get the Groudon with foul play. So we can just switch, yeah, we just switch out to, do we even need? Yeah, we need to. Let's foul play the Groudon and let's switch into Incineroar. And my opponent just forfeits. So good game to bind us, but we managed to take that one. So we'll move on to our next game, guys. And yeah, I just think, like, damaging the Kyogre there, reducing the power of the Water Spout, gives you a bit more chance for the Ferrothorn to take an attack. And also, like, it depends as well. Like, the Giratina, we don't know what moveset it's got on it as well. Like, Tailwind could be an option there to get the Groudon in the Sun, switch the Ferrothorn out into Groudon. But then the Groudon so low health at that point, like even a Water Spout. Yeah, it's just difficult for my opponent at that point. So you can kind of possibly understand the forfeit of that situation. Giratina is always going to have a hard time though against two Dark types. So it was difficult for my opponent, and like the Kyogre deals with the Groudon pretty well. Our biggest like threat in that game was the Ferrothorn, but catching it on the switch in, like we did with the Water Spout and the foul play, even though it had the berry. It just made it a lot easier for us to kind of like keep the pressure up on that side of the field and just kind of close the match out like we did. So good game to my opponent, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Let's find some music again because we keep forgetting about that. What are we going to go with? Necrozma version 2. We tried this before, I swear. Or we might have had it as well. So you might be like, not again, but we might not find an opponent, so it might be alright. We might just default back to like Trainer 1 or something like that. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. Come on. But I am really enjoying the team, and I really love Yveltal in this format. It's so good. We've got Sean up next from Italy, playing a team of Palkia, Kyogre, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Tapu Lele and Hawlucha. we've got the kind of a similar makeup, except that the Palkia is Yveltal on our side and the Drifblim is Hawlucha on my opponent's end. So definitely Tailwind on both sides of the field. Definitely got the Moongus there as the Trick Room kind of cover. Got the double water kind of call though. I'm gonna go Drifblim Lele here. I feel like it's just solid against like most things, except like the Incineroar causes a few problems. Do I bring Kyogre to this match though? Like, it's good against the opposing Kyogre and to a certain extent Palkia in the rain, but it's not great, and I think I do need Yveltal. Oh, do we go Amoonguss or Incineroar of our own? No, we'll lock in. We'll lock in. I think we've got to utilise Drifblim quite well here. If we lose it early on, it's going to make things really difficult for us. We need the Tailwind. We need to just use it to get damage on. Stuff like Hawlucha, Tapu Lele. We've got the assurance that like we are Sash Lele as well, so at least we can take a big attack from something. Yeah, okay, we're sending out our Unburden users. Do we both just Tailwind? 10 more. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. I'm just going to Psyshock into the Hawlucha and I'm going to Tailwind. Like, we could, like, we'll take an attack from the Tapu Lele. And we'll be able to KO the Hawlucha regardless of the special defensive boost that it's got. Yeah, we're just going to max Tailwinds here. And we'll be able to see who's got the faster Lele as well. Unless we both speed time, we're both running timid. You imagine the Lele probably attacks into our Drifblim here. It's a side shock into the Hawlucha. Hawlucha, there we go. Good day, sir. So, we get rid of that pretty easy. And then Taunt into Drifblim. Okay, that's fine. Like, we kind of want Drifblim to just start throwing out attacks now anyway, because like there's not much on my opponent's team that we want to burn. Like the Incineroar we can't burn, the Amoonguss we don't want to burn, Kyogre we could just double into it because I totally expect it to be. The problem is I want to get rid of the Lele because the Lele is the one thing that gives Yveltal a lot of problems. So I kind of want to get rid of that if I can. So I'm gonna double the Lele. Might be the wrong play, but I want to get rid of the Lele. It makes Yveltal's life so much easier. Like the Lele is the one thing that's there that really stops Yveltal doing stuff. Like I say, we are sashed with Lele. It's just whether the Kyogre's scarfed, which you would imagine it probably is. But I imagine every Kyogre scarfed. But we outspeed it with... Okay, there's the water spout. Okay, at least Drifblim actually outspeeds it, which is like pretty nice. Takes us down to our sash. We should outspeed the opposing Lele. Yeah, and we get the KO there, which is great. So the next turn, we'll be able to get some damage onto this Kyogre. Reduce the power of the water spout with acrobatics, and it should do decent damage. It should be doing like 30 to 40% damage. And if it is scarfed, then it's not able to pick up the KO at all. Palkia coming in for my opponent. It's going to be max speed, isn't it? Like the one thing we could do is preserve. We don't want to be acrobaticsing that. We want to... Do we keep Lele around for late game? That is a question. Because we could bring in our own Kyogre. It's going to take the water spout a lot better. I think I want to do that. I want to keep Lele around. Because it's such a good way to just bring in, if we can get any sort of speed control late game, to come in and just nuke that Palkia. Palkia protecting, okay, that's even better. Alright, we'll probably lose Drifblim here, but we'll get the acrobatics. Doing a bit more damage than what I thought. The water spout will probably pick up the KO onto Drifblim, which it does. Not too much onto our Kyogre. But it gives us a free switch into Yveltal now, and that Kyogre is definitely scarfed, 100%. So we get the Yveltal in. We can Snarl and Thunder the Kyogre, and then Or do we double protect maybe, and then we can get a Tailwind up ourselves. Let's see, how many turns? 1 turn of Tailwind for us, 1 tail of Tailwind for them. So I think, yeah, maybe we double protect here. I think that's probably the smarter, because then we guarantee getting up the Tailwind the next turn, and getting a Thunder into the Kyogre, and then that sets up Lele to come in end game and get a Moonblast into Palkia and do the biz. So just play it super safe. I don't know what the Palkia could do. It might. It's not setting Trick Room up, is it? There's no way it does. He says now it's Palkia Trick Rooms. Water Spout. And what we're going to see from the Palkia. Spatial Rend into Yveltal. So that's fine. Tailwind pays out. So, like I say, what we'll do is get that Tailwind up, and hopefully we can take a combination of attacks from the Kyogre and the Palkia. I'm pretty confident Yveltal can take a Spatial Rend and like 55-60% Water Spout in range from the Kyogre. We are pretty bulky. So there's a Water Spout. I'm on Yveltal. Take it like a champ. Okay, we should. Depends if it's Life Orb. Life Orb Spatial Rend is pretty strong. It's into the Kyogre. Okay, even better. Yeah, it's Life Orb. I think he would have been better off going into the Yveltal though, like 100% going into Yveltal, because you want to deny the Tailwind, and that's where the potential speed control is coming from. Especially when you know the Lele's in the back. Now we just get the Kyogre. We'll get the opposing Kyogre now with the Thunder. And we can just literally Snarl sack. We can just Thunder Snarl and sack Kyogre and wait till Lele comes in, to be honest. And like, I don't think Yveltal's in too much danger now. Not with the Snarl is an option, so yeah, we'll just do that. But we've got like a berry on Yveltal. It'd be interesting. No, see, it's not interesting anymore because we get the special attack drop. There's so much damage as well still, doesn't it? But it would have been interesting to see the Spatial Rend damage on Yveltal without the special attack drop. The Thunder doing enough damage and getting the paralysis, that's like completely wrapping the game up there for us. Spatial Rend coming out into Kyogre. Not going to be enough, unfortunately. And the Life Orb chip there, and we can just not even risk a Snarl. Let's just foul play this thing for the win. And Thunder. And yeah, my opponent just forfeits. So very good game to my opponent, and again another really good set of games today in this episode. So I really hope you've enjoyed it, guys. It has been a lot of fun. So let me know in the comment section below if you've enjoyed today's episode, what you've thought of the game so far, and do not forget to leave a like down below and leave a comment as well, because I really love your comments. So let me read all about your thoughts and everything on today's games, and we'll wrap things up there. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, guys. Hope you have a great evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is, and I will see you again for another episode of School of Hard Knocks very soon. So until then, guys, take care of yourselves and goodbye.